Anyway, see what I mean? My phone been dry for like the last hour, and I'm recording, and all of a sudden my homegirl called me and just want to talk about nothing. That's how the enemy be working. He can't stand the butterfly show, y'all. But anyway, like I was saying, okay, I have so much more respect for people that deliver stuff, because y'all just don't understand, okay? When you're delivering packages, you got to deal with dogs, you got to deal with gates, you got to deal with weather, you got to deal with people that don't have freaking numbers on their house. Like, why do you order something from Amazon and don't have a number in your house? Okay, and you might say, oh, well, all you got to do is count. But no, that's not true. Some numbers bounce back and forth. Some go across the street around the other. Some go by the threes, and the other threes are over here. You got go to freaking Walmart or something. Get some paint and paint your number of your home on your house, please. Okay, because it gets dark and you can't see sometimes, and it's like, it just slows the person that's delivering down so much. And then they got like apartments that have like this little teeny tiny number way at the top, on the top floor, and it's just so freaking annoying. And or you got the person that they put in notes whenever you're ordering something from Amazon. Okay, please put the gate code, the address, and make sure you answer your phone if you know you got a package on the way. I got packages right now, 2 packages that's going back to the warehouse, because when I went to the gate, the person was either not home, or there was one, they didn't answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? I had one lady answer the phone and let me in the gate. Answer your phone if you know you delivered something. It's just so annoying. I'm telling you, you might be like, oh, well, that's you. You chose your job. It's annoying. Just like annoying stuff is on your job. Okay, please. All right. But anyway, God is with me, y'all. Because one day I was delivering for Amazon, right? And I was annoyed because I was in this like wooded area type deal, and I was like, it was getting dark, and I was just mad because I was like, gosh, I gotta go to these people's houses in the dark. I don't like delivering in the dark. It looked like something's over there in the woods and all that. I didn't like that feeling, so I was just like, God, I just got really discouraged, right? I got really discouraged. Okay, then my next stop came up, and I turned the corner, and it was in this neighborhood with these big, beautiful houses. Okay, then I started to feel a little better because the houses were so pretty, right? I love the big, beautiful houses. I started to feel a little better, right? And then I went to this one house, and all of a sudden, y'all, this dude pulled up, right? And he was driving a black Lexus, right? And he was just so charming, right? It was just so charming. And I was at his house, and it was his package, and I was like, I have a package for Mr. I forgot his name, and he was like, oh yeah, that's mine. And he was like, I see you got a lot of packages delivered, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, keep at it. And I was like, thank you. Y'all, like, my cheeks were so rosy. I was like, dang, he is so out of my league. But he looked at him up in this big house and with his little Lexus. I know that was somebody's husband, okay? And I felt like that was a sign from God, because after that I had all the energy in the world, because I was like, I'm gonna have me a big house and a charming husband driving a black lettuce, just like that, black lettuce, right? So anyway, today I woke up, okay? I chose my Amazon block, all right? I was annoyed because I was just about to wash clothes, but I was like, no, I need to go pick up this block. It's like, let me go pick up this block, all right? So I was like, I'll wash clothes later. It's only a 5-hour block, right? So I went to pick up the block, okay? When I started my car, I just got this car like 2.5 weeks ago, okay? When I started the car, it started up and went back off, okay? The last thing that I need right now is a car problem. That's the last. I use my car for everything. I use my car to work, and it's like, God, why? That's the feeling that I have. Why am I having a car problem? Like, this is me trying to do right, and then I get a car problem. That's what I get for doing right. Like, what is going on, right? So I went to the Amazon I made it to Amazon to pick up my block. Right? So I'm in there trying to do right, okay? Picking up my block. okay, when I pulled out of the Amazon warehouse, okay, I was like, I need to go see what's wrong with this car because now the needle's hot. All right, so I'm like, okay, the thermostat is on hot and the car was just acting funny, and I'm like, just getting aggravated. I'm getting so aggravated. I'm up here at AutoZone and I'm just aggravated because I got 5 hours worth of packages in my car, but instead of getting started, I'm here at AutoZone. And there was a guy that was working. For some reason, I just know when it comes, like, women, please stop having a freaking attitude, especially when you're at work. Like, stop being annoying. Like, if you're gonna be like that, then that kind of stuff come back around to you. And black women, it makes us look so bad. Because everybody already thinks that about black women. So when you really do have an attitude because you at work, it's just, like me, I've already learned to veer the other way. Okay, when I walked in the store and I saw, don't get me wrong, it's not all black women. It's a certain type. It's a demon that gives off this vibe. Okay, so I felt that vibe from her. I knew she was not going to help me in any kind of way. So I automatically went to the dude. Okay, and I was right. I'm usually right. That vibe, that spirit that you give off when you have an attitude, I already feel it. I already know what it's like. Okay, so I went to the guy and I asked him if he could please help me figure out what I need for my car, and he said that he will help me. He said as soon as he's done helping somebody else. Okay, so during that time I walked around the store, right? And there was this lady that went and talked to the other ladies. And I heard the lady over there, y'all, she was like, I just don't know what it is. I just cannot find a house. I cannot find a house anywhere. Like, the cost of living here is such and such and such and such, and all that other stuff that people that really don't know much about Atlanta or haven't really, like, explored, people whose minds I feel like I could change about this place. Okay, she was saying all that stuff. The cost of living is this, and I'm thinking about moving to Augusta and blah, 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 blah. I just cannot find a perfect house and yada, yada, yada. So me, okay, heard that, all right, and I went over there, and I was like, excuse me, did I hear you said that you were looking for a house? And she was like, yeah, why? You a realtor? And I was like, yes, I am. Don't have my business cards, but I can help you find a house with no problem, a perfect house, right? And then there was a dude, a white dude. He was like at the counter, and he said, and I'm a home inspector, so I can help you inspect the home. And he had his business card, and he gave it to her. He kind of like put it in her face, and she just kind of backed up from both of us. Like she didn't need us. She didn't need our help. All of a sudden, we both heard you over there crying about how, dang near crying about how you need a house, and all of a sudden you don't need our help. And she's like, oh, well, I'm not going to look till next year. And that's fine. That's fine. And he just looked at me, rolled his eyes, and put his card back in his pocket. And I was like, okay, I shrugged my shoulders, right? But I just feel like some kind of attitude that she might have had, like, oh, well, y'all ain't gonna make no money off me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how I feel like she had. That's kind of like, that's what I think she had. I don't know. People do what they do because, but we just heard you crying about how you needed a house. It was just weird. I thought that was weird. And I think that people's demons within them keep them from blessings, because we probably could have blessed her with the house of her dreams. But she didn't want that. But anyway, the dude came back in and he was like, I'm going to help you with your car. Okay, he went out there. He checked all my fluids. All my fluids were low. Okay, I haven't even put any fluids in this car, which I should have did as soon as I got it. But I've been driving it. It didn't have no coolant. It didn't have the oil is like dirty. They told me that it just had an oil change. This sticker right here says that it doesn't need another oil change until, more miles than it is now. So I was thinking it was all good. And they was like, no, I don't go by that, especially when you get it from a used car salesman. And I was just getting so mad because this is the last freaking thing that I need. Okay. So he was like, it might be a crack or a leak somewhere. And I had to buy some coolant, and it was just annoying because I was going to use that money to, put in my gas tank so I can do my Amazon and do my DoorDash, and it was just so freaking annoying. So anyway, another dude came over, all right? And I really felt like this was God bringing the Holy Spirit to calm me down because I was just so mad. I was so frustrated because I don't need this. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do without a car. You know, I know there's lots of things you can do without a car, but right now I don't have an apartment either. So like, I feel like you need to have either or in this town. You need to have somewhere to live, or you need to have a car. You can't just not have, and it's getting cold. I'm like, this is not what I need right now. I'm trying to get it on track, and this is what I get. Okay, so the other dude came over, and he was like, let me see what's wrong with this car. He was like, oh, don't worry, I'm a mechanic. He said he's a mechanic. He gets cars from the auction, has his boys fix them up, and then sells them. And he was like, don't worry. He kept saying, you're going to be all right. He kept saying, don't worry. The way he kept saying it, I felt like it was coming from God. Okay, then I started to hear some other things like, you know, this is an attack. And at night when you're tired, because you don't pray enough. That's what I kept getting from God. You don't pray enough to keep this kind of stuff from happening. You need to pray more. Sometimes you just go to sleep. Sometimes you say a little half prayer, and then, you know, sometimes you just say thank God. You can't do that. Okay, now I'm not saying you can do that, but not all the time. Sometimes you're just being lazy. You being lazy in your prayer life, and then when an attack happens, okay, because you don't left the door wide open for attacks, then you want to cry to me like I'm just not doing anything for you. Okay, you need to pray. You need to pick up the phone and call me and ask me to protect you from this kind of stuff. Okay, and the protection that I am giving you is my grace, because it could be a whole lot worse. All right, so now the dude is looking at my car and he's telling me I need coolant, and then the mechanic guy is also like along with him. So there's two guys looking at my car, and there's a woman and two women. Now there's two women in there talking. Okay, the manager and the other lady. I came back in the store with the dude, and he was like, "You need some coolant," and they was mocking him for helping me, y'all. I think that it was like angels and demons type deal. I really do, because they was like, you help people too much. You got that Sterling syndrome. That's what they said. And he was like, I'm not helping. I'm doing my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm helping her just like helping him. And it was just annoying me, because I'm like, why is y'all freaking worried about it? Y'all over there talking. You know, I should call corporate. I really should call corporate on them, because y'all are over there mocking this man for doing his job. People from AutoZone always come out and look at people's cars sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially if they're not busy. Okay, so why are y'all up here all in our business talking about how he helped people too much and all this craziness? Like, I really want to. I'm not trying to like make anybody lose their job. I'm just trying to make sure that don't happen to nobody else, because now as a customer, y'all are making me feel uncomfortable. Okay, like, please stop with the hate. All right. So anyway, the other dude, the mechanic dude, gave me his number and was like, he gave me his card, okay? And he was like, just call me if you have any problems with this car. He wasn't coming on to me or nothing, which I was surprised, because that's what I usually get. But he ain't trying me or nothing, y'all. He ain't trying to holler at me or nothing. He really was about the car business, okay? So, he put some coolant in the car, okay, and was like, I don't see any leaks or nothing. The dude from the store, all right. And while he was like putting coolant in the car, I felt like an angel had came through him and told me, because I was like asking him questions. I was like, are you a mechanic? And he was like, nope. And I was like, so what, they train you here at AutoZone? He was like, no. He was like, I just learned myself from reading and going on YouTube, actually, and I just learned how to look at all this stuff myself, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be a mechanic if you go on YouTube and read, but I'm saying that God wants you to read sometimes. God loves it when you read, okay? He wants you to read and research stuff, okay? Because some of the stuff that you're crying about that you think is such a big problem, okay, you can figure out if you pick up a book and read about it. Okay, they say if you want to keep somebody ignorant or something, just hide it in a book, because people hate to read. They like to listen and watch. They don't like to read. Okay, so I felt like that was an angel coming through him telling me that I need to pick up a book and read sometimes. Okay, I really do. All right, so anyway, he put the coolant in the car. Okay, I did my Amazon. I drove about 20 minutes away into the Cascade area. That's where I was. Okay. And the car started to steam up, white steam from the car. And I was just so mad. Coolant was everywhere, and there's just some kind of leak going on. And I was just, y'all, I was just like, God, why are you letting this happen? I don't understand. I had to calm down, okay? And the way that I calm down is, because I know when something is a test. This is a test right now. It is a test, okay? And for me, it's like after all this time, after all this fighting, when stuff like this happens, I still... That's the reason why going to the strip club is so horrible. Because it's like crack. It's a way for the devil to yoke you back, okay? You think that it's like... You think you're going to fix this problem, but you'll go in there and them demons are going to get you. That's what's going to happen. But you be thinking, maybe if I just go in there for a couple weeks, I can get some money to fix this car. I can get some money to fix a place. In Satan's eyes, because you have more now, because you have more jobs, it's probably going to work out this time because you're able to do something else besides just a strip club. And it's going to be better now. Come back, Godiva. Come back and be my Godiva. Please. Okay? I've learned to meditate, and my meditate is I inhale the goodness of God, and I say, I will not go back to the strip club. I will not go back to the strip club, okay? I'm not going back to the strip club. Exhale the negative thought of going back to the strip club, because how you think it's going to go is not how it's going to go. Satan has a personal, spin around just for you. Even if you're the most beautiful one, he's gonna spin you around and spin you around. He might use you up for the long time, and the longer he uses you, the more it's blood money. That's what it is. Okay, you're gonna pay. All right, and you go in there and you try not to think about that when you know what I know. You try not to think about that, and you're trying to just get the money. But them demons they're gonna remind you. They're gonna remind you where you are, and they're gonna remind you how stupid you are. They're gonna call you a bitch. They might throw some liquor on you. They might blow some smoke in your face. Okay, and it's not worth it. Okay, there's demons in there. You need to get out of there. All right, it's bad for your soul. All right, I'm telling you, you're in trouble. Okay. So anyway, I was sitting there doing my meditation instead of delivering my packages. Okay. So I started the car. It's starting up fine. It just runs hot and starts smoking, and the coolant gets all over the engine. Okay. So I called the mechanic, and he was like, bring the car back up here to my boys. Okay. Went to his little shop that he has in an apartment complex, and they flushed the engine out as much as they could. And well, I think they got to do a little more, but they flushed the engine out, and they just looked at it. They was like, there's no cracks, there's no leaks. You know, they just seemed like some really good guys. Nobody said anything about payment. Nobody said anything about anything. Then he pulled up, and he was like, you know, looking at the car and just, you know, trying to see what's wrong with it. You could tell they really know what they're doing over there. They have working on other people's cars. I think I found me a mechanic, y'all. Okay. So, they were looking at the cars. They fixed the car. It didn't run hot until later on this evening, a couple of minutes ago. So right now I'm tired. Oh, I did some reading. Okay. And like the angel told me to. Okay. I looked up the symptoms of the car, okay? And because I did reach back out to the mechanic and told him that the car is still running hot. I'm going to bring it back on Tuesday or even before then so they could look at it again, okay? But you know, he didn't answer, so I had to leave that message or whatever. Don't want to be calling people too late. I don't know if they got a wife or whatever, okay? He probably do because he's a good guy. All right, so anyway, I did some reading, okay? The car might have a gasket problem, a leaky head gasket, okay? Which is annoying because I just got this car 2 weeks ago, okay? So it said there's this stuff that you can pour into it, this gasket leak stuff. So I poured that in there, and it seems to be doing okay. It might need to be flushed out. I don't know, but I just felt good. It felt good to like read and see for myself what the problem might be. I think I'm a mechanic, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. But either way, I'm still praising God. I'm still thanking God because God showed me something else today. Okay, The Amazon job, the one that you complain about sometimes, okay? The Amazon job, okay? When I'm in my realtor classes, I always hear people talk about how they meeting people and how they see people's houses and stuff. And I'd be sitting there wondering, how can I do it? How can I do it? Okay? And God is like, it's going to be like, just like when you were a server. All right? It's going to come. All right? When you walked up to your first table, you was so scared. And one time these church people came in there and made you cry. Okay? You're gonna be shaky at the beginning, but now you can walk up to a table and you don't care if the baby crying, the wife mad at the husband, the children are bad. You can neutralize the whole table and make everybody happy and get a great tip. Okay, I'm gonna be that realtor too that can do that. Okay, now how am I gonna meet the people? How am I gonna see the people's houses? Y'all, the neighborhood that I went to today. Okay, first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I went to a neighborhood and saw a for sale by owner sign. These people were trying to sell their house themselves, and they had their own phone number in the yard. Okay, that was an opportunity for me to jump in there and just pitch, and let these people know what our company could do for them and their house, So, but at the time, I wasn't with the company I'm with right now. Okay. But I should have took a picture of that number and called them. Okay. God was like, this is how you do it. All right. I was driving through the neighborhood. There were so many empty houses. There were so many houses for rent. There was houses just, and I was like, oh, here are the houses. Okay. So with numbers and stuff on them. All right. There was one house where somebody was outside fixing the house up. So I pulled up and I'm looking rough. I can't be looking rough, y'all. I got to get it together. I cannot be looking rough, okay? And I need to get my business cards and have them on me because there's people out here, all right? And there's houses out here. And the people need to go in the houses. And they need to come out of them and go into another one, all right? So I pulled up to the people, right? And I was like, excuse me, is this house for rent or for sale? And then they was like, it's for sale, it's for sale. And I was like, oh, okay. Who's the owner of the house? And this dude was like, me, I'm the owner. And I was like, all right. I was like, do you have it listed with a realty company? Do you have a realtor? And he was like, oh, yeah, I got one. And I was like, oh, okay, who's she with? Who's your realtor with? And he was like, he named the company that I'm working for. So I really feel like that was a sign. And God was like, see, this job the one that pays you the most for one, the one that you find the most grueling is the one that you need to be doing the most. Okay, when you see them blocks, you need to pick it up because you're going into a different neighborhood with different houses and different people that you need to talk to. This is going to be a way for you to network. Matter of fact, slap your little magnet on the side of your car. Okay, get your hair together. You look a hot mess. Okay, and help some of these people, because some of these houses that you're dropping packages off are houses that people live in that need to sell their home or need to buy one. Duh. Y'all, God be making me feel crazy. He be making me feel so crazy, y'all. Like, I'm telling y'all. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I really hope that y'all are following me. I hope that you're developing your own relationship with the Most High, because the enemy don't like it at all. He doesn't want you to connect back to the Creator. All right, he's doing anything and everything he can to keep you distracted, and he's trying to ruin your life too. Okay, he's trying to ruin your life too, and you just gotta walk the straight line. Because if you don't, I'm talking about, if you step off just a little bit, your foot can get grabbed by a demon and drugged so far, so far, that you'll be like, why is God letting this happen to me? But you don't remember what you did to let the demon in the first place. I'm telling y'all, it's so real. This is real life here, okay? All right, so I'm getting ready to turn it in for tonight, y'all. I don't know what God's going to do about this car, but I know that he didn't bring me this far to let me fall. And even if he did, y'all, I will not go back to the strip club. I'm not going back there, okay? I will go to a shelter or something, but I just can't do it. All right. I'll see y'all in the next episode of The Butterfly Show. Bye, babies.